What if I told you the biggest leaps in business could happen in 3 simple steps? Imagine turning your dream into a multi-million-dollar enterprise or a thriving solopreneur venture with a straightforward yet incredibly powerful blueprint. Hey everyone, my name's Mike Svigunski, and I'm an entrepreneur that's gone on to build 8-figure businesses, bootstrap businesses, and acquired more than millions of dollars worth of online businesses. And today in this video, I'm gonna break down the 3 simple steps I've used along the way to create a very easy process to build any type of business, big, small, and in between. But before we get started, let's go back to the beginning. Imagine being bombarded with countless business ideas, yet finding yourself at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. It was during one of those reflective moments that I realized the essence of every successful business could be distilled into 3 digestible steps. And here's the kicker. It wasn't about having a hefty bank account or the perfect product right out of the gate. The entrepreneurial journey doesn't have to be so complicated. There are times when the waves threatened to capsize my dreams, but what kept me going, a steadfast belief in my vision, an unwavering resolve to navigate through the tempestuous, calmer waters, remembering every entrepreneur's journey is punctuated with challenges. It's your resilience and perseverance that will guide you to your destination. Now let's dive into these steps that are going to transform any type of business into a success. Starting off at step number 1 is crafting your customer avatar. Now, again, you read this in multiple business books. I've learned this in my MBA, and I've seen it countless times. A lot of times people think the vision, the mission statement, the avatars aren't important, but it's going to be the core foundation for every single decision you make. Okay, is this ad appealing to my avatar? Is this type of content actually relatable? Is this product going to be something they actually buy? All of this stuff is extremely important, and that's why it's step 1. So how do you go about creating a customer avatar? The first step is understanding your audience at almost an intuitive level. But this goes beyond mere demographics. It's about immersing yourself into the lives of your ideal customer. Who are they? What challenges do they face on a daily basis? What are their deepest aspirations? What are their deepest pain points? I started by creating 3 detailed customer avatars, giving them fictional names, fictional backgrounds, and even hobbies. What books do they read? What TV shows do they watch? What sort of things are they doing on their day-to-day basis? It was a transformative approach for my business. It shaped not only our product development, but also how we communicated with our audience. Let me ask you, who are you serving? Can you describe them as if they were standing right in front of you? If you can't do any of this, you should not move on to step 2. Pause the video, spend hours and hours, and it's going to take time. The customer avatar is not going to be perfect right out of the get-go, because you're going to need to get actual data points. You're going to need to test your hypothesis. But this is a very important first step. Make sure you get it right before you move on to step 2. Step number 2 is the MVP, the minimum viable product. And this is so important. And a lot of people spend 2 to 3 years creating a product or service before they launch it. Don't be that guy. Don't waste the time. You can get an MVP up and running within a week. You can spend $100 on this. And again, people are thinking like, how do I make a software or how do I build a business in a week? Well, it's not that complicated. You need to either build the product, what you're going to offer and deliver. This could be as simple as building a 1-page website, which you can do in a few days. And then you can go ahead and pre-sell your offer. This is where the MVP comes into play. The MVP phase is about bringing your idea into the world. No frills attached. It's your hypothesis in action. And remember, perfection at this stage is not just unnecessary, it's a hindrance. What's that one idea you've been holding back because you thought you needed it to be perfect? With this in mind, you need to create the MVP and then move on to the next step. The next few steps is going to be crucial. Don't spend more than $100 or a few weeks creating your MVP, because you need to get your hypothesis created and focus on testing it. Step number 3 is test, get feedback, adjust, and then repeat. Now, what does that all mean? Now that you have your avatar, now that you understand your MVP, you need to test your hypothesis. And a successful test is going to be one people taking out their credit card and buying your product or service. That's going to make this a conclusive test. If no one does that, you failed. You need to reiterate and test the new hypothesis. What does that look like though? It's not as easy as it may seem. This can sometimes take a little bit longer. Engaging directly with your potential customers offers invaluable insights. It's not only about making the sale, it's about listening, learning, and iterating. Each piece of feedback is going to be a gold nugget, helping you refine your offering. This iterative process is the compass that guides you to a product or service that truly resonates with your audience. In my journey, this step was absolutely crucial. It transformed my initial offering into something much more significant and impactful. It's a cycle of learning, adjusting, and evolving. How open are you to pivoting your approach based on real customer feedback? Essentially, why did the customer buy your product? And the customers who didn't buy your product, what held them back from taking that leap? Get all of those details from both people, and you're going to get so much valuable feedback that you're going to be able to iterate your product to something that's more scalable and something that's more appealing to the product market fit. And just let me reassure you, this does work. It takes time and patience, but I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about weeks. You can achieve all three of these steps within a matter of weeks. And if you're delaying past that, you're either not organized, you're moving too slow, or there's some sort of mental or physical barrier in your way, and you need to learn to get over that. This should be a simple, straightforward process that you need to dedicate time to make sure that you have the right foundation before you start scaling up. So you might be wondering, okay, all this stuff sounds great in theory, but how do you go about actually fulfilling it? And I just want to walk you through the simple approach to achieving all of these steps. Step number one, all you really need is a Google document. You can find a bunch of templates. I love the templates and avatars from Digital Marketer, from Ryan Deiss. You can find his for free. They have a really great resource out there, and I'll leave a link below. Step number two, creating your MVP. Depending on what product or service you have, this can be a little bit more difficult or less difficult. Keep it simple. Have a one-page landing page where you can either have people book a call or you can have them check out immediately. Usually if you're gonna have a product or service over $1,000, you wanna make sure you have them book a call because you're gonna get so much more feedback. If you have something that's more of an impulse buy, let's say under $50, usually you can just have a pre-order section for that. Now, the thing about that is you're really gonna wanna reach out to those people who pre-ordered, or if they didn't pre-order, ask them a survey, see if you can get them on the phone and figure out, hey, why don't you like this product? What would make this an easy buy for you? So figure out a simple way to collect that feedback. That can be through a Google form or just some type of quick email where you send out to people, get them on the phone. And then step number three is going to be the reiteration is how do you actually go about making the product better? Chart all of the feedback you get into a Google spreadsheet. Sort by things that are going to be a little bit more easier to run reports on. Now, it's good to get some of these longer feedback, but ask people 4 or 5 questions that puts them into different categories. This is going to allow you to really easily define what is the problem with the product. Is the price too high? Is it not fitting the actual needs of what they need? What are some of the other things that are preventing them from buying it? Maybe it's too complicated. Maybe there's integrations that it's not solving. Or maybe your pain points that you're fixing are just not big enough for the people to buy this product. Figure out these details because this stage is going to save you a ton of time and a ton of money if you're able to do it in a matter of weeks. Getting this data, getting these details, and talking to real people is going to expedite things exponentially. Remember, the journey to success is rarely a straight line. It's a path filled with lessons, growth, and boundless opportunities. Keep dreaming, keep striving, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's that belief, that inner conviction that will carry you across the line. If you stick with this easy 3-step blueprint, none of that stuff, none of those distractions, none of those internal thoughts will let you fail. In this entrepreneurial odyssey, you're not alone. You're part of a vibrant community of dreamers, innovators, and trailblazers, each with a unique vision of success. Make sure you leave some comments below, and I would love to hear your business success, failures, or anything in between. Remember, every successful person was once a beginner, stepping into the unknown with nothing but a dream and the determination to make it a reality. Now, if you're ready to take the plunge and turn that business into reality, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video if you learned anything new. And towards the end here, I'm gonna leave some really great videos that are gonna be your next step to getting that business up and running. Just click that video and I'll go ahead and make sure that that next one is going to be a really good fit for what you're trying to achieve for your business success and goals. Again, you're not in this together. I'm here to help. Make sure you subscribe and let's take this journey together.